That is, we have the top level, then we have middle level, and then we have supervisor level. They go with a proper strategic plan that if this will not happen, what is that we need to do. The demerit of planning is what? All plans will not lead to success. These goals are precise and measurable. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to the next session. Now in the last session I told you about the types of plan, the introduction part. Now we'll go with the continuity of types of plan. Now according to the types of plan, what really happens is in your second PU you would have studied about the types of plan with the pyramid diagram, saying that we have objective, strategy, then all the remaining like program, procedure, rules, method. So I'll tell you how to remember these things first. Now say if you have written like this, just go with that concept called OSPPMRP, and the last one here we'll go with is B for budget. So any plan without budget, it is not gonna happen. That is what you are supposed to know. Now what exactly this O is always called as the objective. Now you need to always have an objective. S stands for strategy. P is say procedure. Then one more P is say policy. You should always have a procedure and a policy. M stands for method. R is rules. Now whenever you go for any of the plan, students, you should always have rules and regulation you are supposed to follow, and those rules should be not flexible, it should be very rigid. Now according to your wish, you can't change the rules. Once the rules is done, till the plan is being accomplished, you are supposed to maintain the same rules. And then you have here is program, right? Programs is what you will go with, and the last one is the budget. So here is what policy and procedure, right? I've written here. Now these were the types of plan which you studied in your second PUC. That is, you should have an objective, and then you are supposed to go with a strategy to accomplish those objectives. Then there should be a procedure and methodology. Now procedure and method are totally different. Don't get confused by thinking both are the same. Now method is totally different and procedure is totally different. Then you should have a program. Program is always the continuous one, that is from the first to the last. It should be also fixed. But when it comes for any of the changes, uncertainty is there, you can actually rely upon the program and it can change according to your wish. That is why contingent, that is what is called contingent. Now if you understand this type of plan, it is very easy for you to understand the real types of plan. Now the first one here is operational plan. What is this operational plan? I'll be explaining it to you. Tactical plan, strategic plan, and contingency plan. Now contingency means act according to situation, is what I have already told you. Now the first one here is operational plan. What is this operational plan? Let's check what exactly it is. The specific result expected from departments, work group, and individuals are the operational goals. So you already know that what are the goals or what are the things the particular department, work group, and individual should do it. That is called as operational goals. These goals are precise and measurable. Now it is always what? It is all precise. That means they already know what exactly they should do it, and everything can be measured. That is what the operational goal and the operational plan is. An operational plan is one that a manager uses to accomplish. So there is this manager who use operational plan to accomplish his or her job responsibility. Whatever is the responsibility of a manager, the manager should get it done. That is how he'll get the salary. So to get those things done, he'll make an operational plan, that is day-to-day activity, whatever the plan goes, that is called operational plan. Now here, supervisor, team leader and facilitators develop operational plan to support the tactical plan. So what happens here is, it's again a continuous process. Planning and plan are always continuous and futuristic. It's all futuristic. Now here you need to always identify the best course of action so that you will get all the work done. So here what happens is, the manager will feel that for day-to-day activity, the goals and the responsibilities should be done and the work should be done, is what he'll always think. And that is how it will help the tactical plan also. That means operational plan will lead to tactical plans. Operational plan can be a single use plan or an ongoing plan. So for day-to-day activity, what is that you are supposed to do? Now don't think about the manager. Now talk about yourself. Think about yourself. Now you are supposed to make operational plan every day. That is, when you get up early in the morning, you are supposed to think that what are the things you are supposed to do and you are supposed to get it done from somebody, and those plan we call that as operational plan. Next we have is tactical plans. Now tactical plan is concerned with what the lower level unit within each division must do. That means this tactical plan is not for the top level or the middle level, it is for the lower level, that what those people need to accomplish in that particular day, how they must do it, and who is in charge at each level is what the tactical plan will tell you. Now here we have this levels of management, isn't it? That is, we have the top level, then we have middle level, and then we have supervisory level. The tactical plan is for the supervisory level, that is, who is there in charge and what exactly the work they should do it. Tactical plans are concerned with shorter time frame and narrower scope than the strategic plan. Now strategic plan is all about the broader spectrum, where you have this tactical, which is very narrow indeed. Now you are supposed to understand that tactical plans is for the lower level. When it is for a lower level, what happens is, they should only work but they shouldn't think. So this is what the manager's responsibility is, that you are supposed to give them more task, and the more task is in the results of tactical plans. Next we have a strategic plans. Now strategic plan is for what? A strategic plan is an outline of steps design. That is, it's an outline. It's a outline of step design with the goal of the entire organization. That means it is a broader kind of planning, has a goal in mind rather than with the goal of specific division or department. Strategic planning begins with an organization mission. That means strategic plans are always for long term. And strategic plan is always costly because it requires too much of strategy and to know the market research, the business, the competitor, everything. So that strategic plan, once it is done, it will be there for 1 year or 2 years. But if some uncertainty or some kind of other things happens, then strategic plan should also be revised. So here you need to understand, students, that is, the business can never go with a easy task. You should always be filled with uncertainties and risk. So what is that you should do as a person who's a manager? You should always think how to tackle all these problems. Now best example is our pandemic. Now nobody knew that what gonna happen in 2020, but now right now we are very close to 2021. Now again, this 2021 is a question mark for the business organization and the business enterprises. Now here what happens is, they go with a proper strategic plan, that if this will not happen, what is that we need to do? So all these kind of questions, where it will be answered, we call that as a strategic plan. Top management that is the top management strategic plan for the entire organization, becomes the framework and set dimension for lower level planning. So here strategic plan happens where? Exactly in the top level. Now in the top level, who are the people who are there? They are the CEO, CFO, and we have MD, managing director, then board of directors, and the other people. Now they are the one who sets the strategic plan. Strategic plan is for a long term, not for a short term. It will clearly define what are the roles and responsibility the other people need to do to achieve the organization goal. Next one we have is contingency plan. Now the word contingency itself means what? Act according to. Act according to situation. In the last class, I told you what exactly a contingency plan is, that is act according to situation. We'll go in depth what exactly it is. Now, intelligent and successful management depends upon a constant pursuit note of adoption, flexibility, and mastery of changing condition. Now, understand this. We don't know what's going to happen in future, and planning is always for future course of action, which bridges the gap between what you are and what you want to be. So whenever you have this contingency plan, it is always like a shield for you that whenever the situation changes, even you can change your plan. So contingency planning is always flexible. It cannot be rigid. If it is rigid, it cannot survive. So that is the reason what happens is whatever is not possible, that is like impossible, contingency planning is always there to protect those things. So you are supposed to have a proper market research that you can expect these things to happen or you cannot expect these things to happen. You should always have a calculation of it. Now here, strong management requires keeping all options open. So here, keeping all options open. Now I'll tell you what it is, students. The demerit of planning is what? All plans will not lead to success. But for that, what is that you should do is, you should always go with one term, that is predict, prevent. What is it? Predict and prevent. Predict for the best, prepare for the worst. That is what the contingency plan's motto is. Here, what happens is strong management requires a keeping all options open approach at all times. That's where contingency planning comes in. Now we don't know what's going to happen because we have something called uncertainty, and there is one more thing called risk in the business. Now uncertainty and risk are the two factors which always are there in the characteristics of a business as well. You need to know that the macro environment is changing. If micro environment, that is your company, isn't changing, there is no issues. But whenever the macro environment changes, though you don't want to change, you should also change. That's why you should have a contingency plan. That's like a backpack for you people. Next is contingency planning involves identifying alternate course of action that can be implemented if and when the original plan proves inadequate because of changing circumstance. Now usually we go with operational plan or tactical plan, but here what happens is, if the original plans fails and you are not able to get more outcome from that, then what is that you should do is, you should always have a contingency plan, and that contingency plan should come here. Now you would have seen in any of the kind of business where plan A has not worked, now the plan B will come. That plan B is always called the contingency plan. That is, you need to always have an open eye, that is keeping an option open. That is what the contingency plan approaches. Now these are the types of plan which you people need to know. The first one was operational plan, the second one is all about tactical plan, the third is strategic plan, and the fourth one is your contingency plan. All the plans are very, very needed only to achieve the organizational goal effectively and efficiently. If you have any doubts regarding these types of plan, please feel free to call us. We are always there to help you. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.